Hey, I guess I can still say good morning. I'm doing this during my my lunch period, but I'm going to make a quick little video where we're going to make our first idea of a graphic banner. And again, a graphic banner, we're going to make it in Photoshop. We're going to bring in an image, delete the background, and then put some text on it, probably put a drop shadow on the text to make it stand out, and then create some kind of, background color or background thing happening. And it'll be on a topic. So I'm going to, I don't know, I'll choose something. So the first thing I'm going to do is notice I'm in Photoshop, and I'm going to go to File, New, and I'm going to click kind of anything here. This is 1000 by 300, which is already what I want. But if you click something and it's not, the thing you want, the size, you can change it. So I'm going to say 1000 pixels by 300. And then up here, this is the preset name that you can say. So I'm going to say Web1 banner. So it's the Web1 banner preset now from now on. We're going to be 72 inches for the resolution. The background, it's going to be 8-bit RGB color, red, green, blue. It's going to be transparent background because we're going to make our background. I mean, if you had a color in there, we're going to make our own layer and put, color and stuff over that white, Anyways, we're going to start with transparent. And then we're going to say create. So 1000 pixels. You always want to make sure this is pixels, because if it's inches, it's like 72,000 pixels to make 1000 inches wide. And it bogs down the computer. All right, so I'm going to say create. There it is right there. Woo, we're not done yet. Okay, so now I'm going to figure out what in the world I'm going to do. So I'm going to go to Google, and I will go to images, however you want to get there, and I will put in guitar. Oh, I dabble with electric guitar. So, anyways, let's get images. And here's the trick. You want something large. You always want to make the object smaller than what you need. I mean, you want to have it larger than what you need and make it smaller to use it. Because if you don't, if you take a small image and stretch it out, it becomes what's called pixelated. Pixels are things that make up the image, and they tear or break, and it gets all fuzzy. That's why when you have an image online or something and you make it a lot bigger than what it's supposed to be, it doesn't look good at all. So the trick is, if you're in a search engine, you can go to filter or look for tools, and you're looking for image size here, and I'm going to say extra large. So all these are like, look, 2000 by 3200. These are Gretsch guitars, which are nice. Let me kind of look around at a guitar and see which one I want to pick. Here's what's called an ES335 guitar. Here's a Telecaster. So I want to get a whole guitar. So let me go to this red ES335. And now what I do is from here, I'll say open image in new tab. And it's going to make a new tab, and it gives me the best quality, highest quality possible image. So I'm going to save it, and I'm going to call guitar, and I believe it's a JPEG. So and if I go over here, yes. So the image at the end of this long product thing says .jpg, so it's a JPEG. And that's, that's what you want, a JPEG or a PNG. The files you don't want is the WebP. Photoshop doesn't play nice with those. So anyways, I have a guitar, all right, that we're going to bring in, and I'm going to delete the background and then say, like, I love guitars or something like that. So I'm going to go back to Photoshop after I downloaded that. And you can make a folder like I did. I made a folder for maybe this assignment or something. But, okay, so I'm going to bring that image in, and I can drag it in. Let me see if I can drag it in here. It's on Documents, I believe. Where are you here? Maybe it went into this folder. Nope. Well, shoot. Huh. Okay. I will try that again. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to say Save Image As. Oh, okay. And it's in Pictures. Okay. All right, I have it. So that way I know where it is. Now I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to go, what I like to do is, again, let me try dragging it in if I can find it. Under Pictures, under Web1 Photo Creation, here it is right here. And I can just drag it in. Now see, my it makes it, what it does is it makes it the size of the canvas. So this actually is a lot larger, okay? Just to let you know. So the quality is a lot better. But right now, my canvas is 1,000 by 300 high. So what it did was, by default, it helped me kind of size it. Okay, so I'm going to go, maybe I'm going to make it bigger, and then I'm going to see how my mouse kind of turns on the corner, and I'm able to rotate it. Let's see what I could do here. So maybe something like that, okay? Now I have to delete the background. So I'm going to grab my selection tool, and it's going to say basically, hey, do you want to place this? So I'm going to click it once, and then I'm going to go to Select and Mask, if you remember the trick we learned in the video tutorial. So there it is right there. I'm going to go like to 50% transparency. And then I'm going to go select subject. And so Photoshop's going to help me find it, which is really cool. And because it's well defined, it's easy to find. And I'm going to take this transparency to 100%, which means all I see is the image now. And I'm going to say OK. And it takes me back. And notice the background's deleted, so there's no background now. Okay? All right, so we got that. Now I'm going to move this into position and something like that. And then I'm going to grab my text tool. Let me save it. I'm going to go Command S or the Windows icon and S on a black keyboard here. I'm going to save it on the computer. And let me call it web1banner.psd. The PSD is the Photoshop file that you're making it in. We'll never use that on a web page. We'll always export the PSD file. Once we're in Photoshop, we'll go File, Export, quick export as a PNG. And the PNG file is typically the file we'll use to place images on a web page. So I'll say Save it, say OK. OK. Now I saved it. Now I'm going to grab my text tool, which is right here, about 3/4 of the way down, the large T, and I'm going to click it, and I'm going to say, something like that. And then, let me see here. Type. Where is it here? Okay, well I'll keep it here, right? And now what I want to do is make it just a little bit bigger, kind of fit it in there. And then because I don't know what the background is going to be, I haven't created it yet. I'm going to keep it red because that's the color of the guitar. But I'm also going to make a drop shadow on the text. So to do that, I'm going to grab the selection tool. But notice I'm going to click on the layer here. I have a layer of the guitar and a layer of text. And it goes in order. Like I can drag the guitar and text layers up and down. But I'm going to get a drop shadow, I'm going to open up what's called layer styles. And to do that, I'm going to go in the layer right here and double click. And this layer style panel is going to open up. And this is all the stuff I can do. So one of the things I'm going to do is, if you go down here at the end, it says, at the bottom, it says drop shadow. And I'm going to click it, and I want to make the opacity 100% so you can see it. And then I want to use the distance. I can kind of play with the distance. Let me move this. So there's the distance right there. And instead of going up and down, something like that. And I'll make the distance a little bit like that. Okay? So far we have an image without a background and heading. And now what we're going to do is we're going to create a layer. So I'm going to go layer, new layer. And I'm going to call it BG. Okay? And notice it's at top. I don't have anything on it so you can see through it. But see how the BG layer is at top? I want to drag it with my mouse down. So now I have 3 layers. I have I Love Guitars text. I have the graphic, the photo of the guitar. And then I have a background layer that I haven't done anything with. So I'm going to click on the background layer just once. So see how the layer's activated? So the Photoshop knows what layer I'm going to mess around with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab my brush tool. And again, I'm kind of doing this on the fly, so bear with me here. And here's the brush tool, and here's all the different tools I can do. And I'm going to make my brush tool. So once I click a tool, up here is all the different things I can do. And I'm going to make the brush tool bigger, maybe like that. And I'll make it, a little soft like that. And so then I got that. And then what I'll do is, here's the color, and I'll use just some weird colors here. Let me go yellow. And all I'm going to do is use the brush, okay, to put some yellow on it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to change the color. And I'm just kind of messing around with colors. Just something kind of funky. And notice again, I'm working on a layer below everything. So, I just dragged it down. All right, so let me get one more color here. I'll get a green, just so something you can kind of see. All right, so something like that. And then let me do one more. Why not? I'll do a blue. Now, what I'm going to do is on this layer, I'm going to do a filter. And so if I go to filter, notice again, I'm clicked on the layer. I'm going to go to filter, blur, and I'm going to do a radial blur. And if I click, maybe it previews it already. So it didn't do that much, but let me add some more color to it to Okay, now let me do that again here. I'm going to go filter, blur, radial blur, something like that. And see, it's starting to kind of happen. And I can add some stuff. And then I'll go, again, filter, blur, try blur more. And let me try that. Didn't really work here. Blur. Let's try a smart blur. Okay. Cancel that. There you go. So again, I'm just really messing around and creating some kind of background here. Okay. And then if I want to, I can grab my selection tool. I can click on the image, and let's see what else we can do here. I don't do a lot of 3D stuff, so let me see. Pixelate, stylize. Let's try oil paint. And let me move it so I can see it. And then let's see if that works. Yeah, so that's all I did. Again, messing around, trying to figure out what filters do. Okay, but I've created a graphic banner. Okay, now that I've created my masterpiece, and with my Gibson ES335, thank you very much, which is probably about a $3,500 guitar, I'm going to save it. So I have a PSD of it, which is the Photoshop file, but we're not going to use this to place on a web page. You can't. It won't read it. But what we are going to do is when we're all done, go to File, Export, Quick Export as PNG, and it's the .png that is going to make a copy of it, and we'll call it. I like to do all lowercase because the coding is case sensitive, so you never have to remember did I capitalize the name or not, because you never do. Guitar banner, and then I'll save it, and there you go. And then if I go to pictures and go to this, where did I put it here? Guess I have to do it again here. So let me try it again. I'm going to go File. It keeps putting in places I'm expecting, but not. So that's Photoshop Basics. So let me go to Pictures, and then I'll put it in here, and I'll call it again Guitar Banner. Something like that, all lowercase. And then I'll just show you what that looks like finished as an export, as a PNG. There. So kind of cool and super quick. I didn't even know what that oil thing would do, but it's kind of cool. And I did it very quick, and I just created some kind of swirly background that is out of focus, so you can focus on the text and the image on top. There you go. All right. So what I'd like you to do is try your best to watch this tutorial and try to go through the steps that I did to create your first banner, which can be on any topic that you want, right? Any topic. Again, the trick is to find large images on Google Image or Bing or whatever. So there's usually a filter or a tools, And you can say what image size you want to search for, and you choose large or extra large. And you should be good. All right, thanks. There it is.